stressed out? This is how most of us feel most of the time. As a pregnant woman, juggling life and growing a baby, you're definitely not immune to stress. The problem is your stress is not just your problem. Your stress impacts your baby. And a baby developing in a stressful environment emerges a little more stressed. The stress may not always be visible on the outside, but it is visible on the inside. These minute differences do influence long-term health. So stopping this intergenerational stress is something that every mom wants to do. Join us for this episode of Better Body Chemistry TV as we explore how to stop intergenerational stress. Better Body Chemistry TV is brought to you by Dr. Sandy, a scientist turned gremlin buster, helping you battle sugar gremlins, heifer lumps, and other health horribles through better body chemistry. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health. So, what are the options? Running away to a tropical island? For most of us, not practical. Life goes on. Thinking happy thoughts. Traditional de-stressing techniques can help, but sometimes they're just not enough. A sugar binge? This also helps, but the benefit is temporary because you climb onto a hormonal roller coaster, which turns out to be biochemically stressful. Researchers from Cornell University have uncovered an easy-to-implement nutritional strategy which drops babies' stress levels by as much as 33%. The strategy? Eating more choline. It's a nutrient without much of a fan club. Most multivitamin preparations don't include it. Official guidelines recommend you consume around 450 milligrams a day, but at this stage, it's not considered an essential nutrient. It's found in lots of foods, so we're all getting a little of it. It's highly unlikely that you're deficient, but if you're following a low-fat diet, you're probably not getting as much as you should. The reason? It's primarily found in foods considered to be high fat, such as eggs and meat. So, what does it do? Lots. Choline's biggest claim to fame is it gives methyl groups. That is, it is a methyl donor. Folic acid or folate is another important nutrient in pregnancy, which is also a methyl donor. Your body needs methyl groups for lots of different chemical reactions, especially the reactions that turn your genes on and off. The process of switching genes on and off happens throughout our lives. It helps to ensure that our body is in tune with what is happening in the environment. But not all genes can be modified in adulthood. Many genes are switched on or switched off permanently during fetal development. Several stress genes are lifers. The Cornell team set about exploring whether providing extra choline to a developing baby would alter the stress switches. 26 healthy women all in the third trimester of their pregnancy, participated in a controlled feeding study. The ladies were provided with all of their meals so that the team could keep tabs on exactly how much choline was consumed every day. The women followed the diet for 12 weeks, up until they delivered their baby. Half the ladies ended up consuming 480 milligrams of choline, which is a tiny bit more choline than what is currently recommended. The other half of the ladies consumed 930 milligrams of choline each day. Clearly, this is a lot more than usual. Now, birth is a stressful process for both moms and babies. Some births are more stressful than others. The team quantified how stressful the moment was by measuring the levels of the stress hormone cortisol in the blood samples taken from both mom and baby following vaginal delivery. There was not much of a difference in the levels of stress in the moms, but there was a difference in the babies. The babies who received extra choline showed a significantly lower stress response. Now, stress ends with cortisol, but it begins with another hormone, cortisol-releasing hormone. The gene, which is responsible for producing cortisol-releasing hormone, is the CRH gene. The setting of this gene determines the overall response to stress. The team found that extra choline during pregnancy changed the setting of this gene in the placenta, and this changed the setting of the gene in the baby, stabilizing the stress axis. The change was permanent. Previous research suggests being born with excess levels of cortisol is trouble with a capital T. Having a stable stress axis is a good thing. It makes you a little more resilient. You're more likely to be the kind of person that can roll with the punches. You're less likely to succumb to the stress-related disorders. Stress-related disorders include depression and anxiety, as well as diabetes and hypertension. So it seems it's probably time to change that old adage about apples. It's an egg a day that keeps the doctor away. Eggs are superfoods. Unfortunately, many people restrict their egg consumption because they think eggs cause high cholesterol and heart disease. They don't. Adding an egg or two to your daily routine can bring a whole host of benefits to you now and in the future, because the nutrients in eggs help you enjoy better body chemistry. Looking for more ways to create better body chemistry to optimize your health? Visit www.betterbodychemistry.com. Browse our library or sign up for one of our free e-courses. The advice is simple to follow and based on real science, not hype. If you enjoyed this video and you know someone who is pregnant and stressed, be sure to share this video with them so they can avoid passing on their stress to their little one. And be sure to subscribe to our channel for more tips and strategies to help you create better body chemistry. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health.